Well, good morning. It was a little bit of a late night last night. I have some neighbors that just don't go to sleep at a normal hour, and I don't even think they work at night. I just think that they sleep all day and they make noise all night, and that's what it seems like. Anyhow, it's not my business, but it does affect my sleep. So it was about 11:30 last night when they started to calm down. And then once again, it got loud again at 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's a little difficult to get a normal schedule. Before this group of individuals moved in, I was able to sleep a solid 8 hours. 8 hours. I would lay down as soon as my head hit the pillow, I would fall asleep. And lately, I've been up at. Can you see that? Yeah. So it's getting a little bit difficult to keep my health up. Um, I've complained about it, but nothing seems to be done. So it is what it is. I'm going to have to figure out a way to possibly be able to get my head down on that pillow and get some sleep before those individuals decide to get up and start partying. Anyhow, it's all part of the course of living in an apartment building and having people that disrespect other people's rights and values. So simple as that. So this morning I am having a coffee and I'm looking outside at, I'll post a picture right about here. And that is what I see in the morning. Now, before, I used to see there was a 100-year-old tree that was in my line of view from my patio, but they cut that down to build a massive structure. Yeah, a couple of massive structures. So they're kind of blotting out all the stars that I used to see. I mean, it would be like wonderful to be able to move to the country and be able to see the stars, but then you're looking at, you know, needing a vehicle. That's added expense to get from town into the, to the village, or from the country into the village to go grocery shopping or see a doctor or do the laundry. And here I have everything close at hand. What do they call them? The 15-minute cities. Yeah, so not only do you have the everything close at hand, but you also have neighbors that disrespect, a lot of the times will disrespect other people's rights to enjoy their comfort in their apartment. And there is a law against that. There really is. You can actually get fined for doing that. But lately, our laws seem to be a little bit lackadaisical, and workers are pushed to the limit. They're pushed to the limit to do as much as they can for as little as they're given. So yeah, I feel sorry for those people, but also, kind of this is a little bit of self pity here, because I'm thinking, my health has gotten strong because of the fact that I take care of my body now. And that means getting 8 hours of sleep. And normally I do. But since I've had the honor of having these individuals as my neighbors, I do not get that solid 8 hours of sleep. It's broken. So during the day, I do still do my exercising. I'm very cautious with my meals. I'm very cautious with my salt intake, my sugar intake, things like that. And so I'm managing to keep my health at a certain level. But along with that, you need appropriate sleep. Your body needs sleep. It needs sleep so that it can regenerate itself. And I am not getting that sleep at all. At all. Not lately, anyway. So I've started to decorate for Christmas. I do have a small tree up. I haven't put the decorations on it. I'm going to put a second tree. Because one is in memory of some people in my life that I don't get to see very often, and that I will never see, possibly, a couple that have passed on. And so this is a time of giving. And to me, it doesn't matter what religion you are. Okay, if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's up to you. But I believe in the spirit of giving and loving and caring and kindness and forgiveness and things like that. And so around Christmas time, that's when you experience those things, and that's what I get joy out of. That's what I get joy out of. I don't get joy out of the financial part of Christmas, where you go out and you spend all your money and then you starve for the month, right? No. I believe in giving what you can give. And if you have neighbors that are going through a struggle, and you have extra food, make up a little board with some cheeses or some breads on it or something, anything. Make it into a little present and do that act of giving, especially if you have neighbors who are seniors and isolated and they don't have family members. So it's nice that somebody really cares about them and puts that effort in, because we're all going to be at that end of the journey fairly shortly. I mean, it's a short span on this world, even though we think it isn't. It is. In truth, it's the blink of an eye. And so being able to give and to care for other people is important. So yeah, I have a couple of neighbors who are elderly, and I am definitely going to wrap up some presents. It's not going to be expensive presents, but it is going to be something that they need or that they could use. And a lot of the times my stuff is thrifted, or I will bake. So I'm kind of thinking that, sorry, I got to hear I'm kind of thinking that the baking would go a long way, because it is Christmas. Groceries are very, very expensive. I haven't had a turkey in my home since the kids left. Since they were at the end of their high school years. And that was a long time ago. It's a long time. I got kids who are in their 40s. Like, I don't know when the hell that happened. Like wow. Anyway, so I haven't had turkey for like a long time, and so I put my name in to see if I can receive a Christmas basket with a turkey, and just for shits and giggles to see if I could get one. I'm not really sure if I will be able to, but we'll see. I put my name in for it, and we'll see. But there's also a problem with, like, I don't have transportation to get where I need to get that turkey. So I have a cart. And if anything, I'm creative. I'll use my cart and I'll walk down and I'll pick it up and walk her back. Simple as that. Now we're going into winter, so that might be a little difficult, but I'll have to get some snow chains on my tires. Anyway, yeah, so I'm looking forward to finally having a turkey at Christmas. And most of my family will be working over Christmas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite people who don't have close proximity to family to perhaps share in the Christmas meal with me, so that it gives it a sense of family. It gives a sense of celebration, right? And so that's what I'm looking forward to. Now this morning you're seeing me at my finest. I just literally just got up and I'm having my coffee. Yeah, I'm having my coffee. I have a whole routine that I do in the morning. And first off, I open things up, and my cat loves my fireplace, and so I turn the fireplace on for him, the light, just the light, not the heat, because I like it cool in the apartment. But I turn the light on, and he sits there, and he'll just stare at the light. He absolutely loves it. So I hope he's not a pyromaniac. Anyway, he'll sit there and he'll watch the lights. Or he also likes the small Christmas tree that I have. And I'll post a picture here. Anyway, so he likes that tree with the lights, and so he he will sit on the couch and stare at the Christmas tree lights. It's just the most cutest thing, the cutest thing. He also has a chair that I put at the window so he can see out to see what the fellas are doing with the construction, and he loves that. So we have a um, whole routine with opening things up in the morning, and then I open up my blankets, and it's really important when you get up in the morning not to just close your bed right up, to let it air out, right? And so that's what I do. And I open up my blankets, and I fold my blankets to the side, and I leave my mattress and my sheets open for a while. I leave my window open to get the airflow, because when you don't have airflow in your house or your apartment, especially if you're in an apartment and if there's more than one individual, your air will become very thick. And it actually has a smell. I mean, we are humans, we have smells, right? So sweat and things like that. So I don't like that. And it clogs up my sinuses, and so I choose to have cool airflow through my apartment. So I do that. I air out my sheets, and then I take my supplements with my kefir. Lately, I've only been using like 3 tablespoons of kefir, and then I'll put my magnesium, my potassium, K2 and D3 all together, and I will take that in the morning. Then it's my coffee time. One coffee, my morning coffee, which is what I'm having now. Okay, and it's medium roast. It's not dark roast, it's medium roast, and I only use skim milk with it. Well, I think it's skim milk. 2%, no, it's 2% I use. And then, of course, I only eat 1 meal a day, and that's of my choosing, and that is what helps me maintain my weight. Because I am not as active as I used to be, and we're going into winter, so walking my 8 kilometers has to be done at a time where it's not icy and things like that, right? Because I am a senior and I don't want to fall and break a hip. Yeah, I had my grandmother broke her hip at my wedding, and she never really recuperated well from that. So I don't want that to be a possibility for me. So yeah, because my activity level has kind of like lackadaisical, I have to be very cautious on what I eat. And a lot of seniors, as they get older, they will get insulin resistance and become diabetic or pre-diabetic, and that's another thing I don't want. So I'm very cautious on my sugars. Then I have a whole tooth routine, and I've showed that a few previous times. And I have now adopted a skin routine that I do, because I've been noticing that some of the dark spots are coming back that were previously on my face. There was a few bad spots. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of routines that I do. And then there's a period of time where I just meditate. And I don't have internet anymore. I make these videos, and then I go to the library and I upload them to YouTube. But I don't have internet, and I don't miss it. So what I've been doing in the morning, after I have, meditated and brought my mind in focus, okay, then and only then will I do this. And, it's actually educational because, like, I never even had any idea what you would call certain animals, like groups of animals, right? So let me tell you, where's that one? It's just, I'm trying to find it here. Okay, so birds, right? The birds. The names of the different groups of birds. A brood, a charm, a congress. Like, I had no idea that was what they were called. A flock, a gaggle. Like, Like a gaggle is what is a gaggle? It's goose, right? So it's a group of geese, right? So it's called a gaggle. A crow, it's called murder. A crow, yeah. So these are a group of crows. And a rookery is a group of penguins. Like I didn't know. Parliament is a group of owls. And a nightingale, a group of them is called a watch. A lark, a group of them is called an exultation. A quail is called a drift. Like a charm is called a group of hummingbirds. A congress is a group of ravens. Convocation is a group of eagles. Like I just find it really. I had no idea. Like I've had really no idea at all. And then it talks about male animals, right? So it gives the name of the male animals, and some of these I didn't know either. So here. It's unbelievable. So, a male alligator is called a bull. A male swan is a cob. A male bird is a cock. A male goat is a billy. A male raccoon is a boar. A male kangaroo is a boomer. A male weasel is a hob. A male fox is a renard. A male falcon is a tercel. And then my little Toby is a tomcat. But I mean, it's just, I just find it interesting. So it's interesting and it's fun and it helps to train my eyes. I've been finding that I'm having a lot of problem with my eyes lately. And so I'm going to have to research to see what vitamin deficiency I may have because of that. I don't watch a lot of TV. I do these videos, I upload them. I don't have, it's called a DVD player or a CD player. I gave it away. Oh. Just like I gave away my rolling pin, then I had to buy another one. Oh, just makes you wonder. Anyway, so I've been finding that lately I've been running into a lot of women my age at the stores or wherever, and we are having like amazing conversations. I spoke to a lady the other day at the community garden. I was walking by, going on my 8-kilometer walk, and she was cleaning out her stinging nettle plants, and there was a vine that was curling around it that was coming from the root. And so she was saying, "Hi, how are you?" Talking about how she was taking care of her garden and the stinging nettle. And she said, "Be careful not to touch them without gloves on because it'll give you a rash." And so we started talking, and I told her about my channel and my illnesses and how I'm combating it. And she also is of the same mindset as me. And so I did make a new friend, a new acquaintance. And so, I mean, we're not going to be personable. I'm not going to be going to her house or her coming to my house, but it's just nice to know that if she's at the garden, I can stop and have a chat with her. And she's very, very interesting, very interesting. And she does things the naturalistic way, the same as me, believes in nature, believes in the body healing itself. And so we had a great conversation. Then I went over to one of the thrift stores on my way home, and I ran into another lady. I don't know, maybe the good Lord's putting them in my way so I can learn something from them. But this lady had beautiful long gray hair. Her and I talked. We looked at some clothing, and I liked the bohemian style, and so does she. And she has the same issue that I have with with her skin. My skin is fairly good texture. It's still got a lot of suppleness to it. and I'm going in like I'm going to be 65 next year. So it's got a lot of suppleness, but I attribute that to the fact that I use castor oil on it. Now, I do have some spots that are starting to crepe. And so I'm going to focus on those. But those are in my arms here, my forearm. It seems to, when I'm dehydrated, it's the worst. Yeah, it's the worst. And I think as you get older, I think we dehydrate very, very quickly because we don't use the sodium. And we're told not to use sodium because it's bad for our hearts. And many times it is. But your body needs both potassium and sodium, okay? And that's important. And for a long period of time, I didn't know that. And I eliminated sodium out of my diet. And it basically, my whole system got upset, got turned over, got depleted of so many nutrients in the period of time where I was on heavy medications from my cancer, my strokes, my heart attack. So I was on really heavy medications, and so my gut microbiome was totally out of whack. But not only that, my whole system was out of whack, and I was losing nutrients and minerals like crazy. My skin was very dry, very deep wrinkles. I mean, I still have some, but I do strongly believe that was because of my loss of sodium. And there are only certain types of sodium that I will use, and the reason why is because they have a lot of potassium and I'm not sure. I think it's selenium, potassium, things like that in them, and so. That's Celtic salt, which I can't find and I can't afford when I do hear of it. It's very expensive. Pink Himalayan salt has a lot of those minerals in it, and so I use that. And so what I've been doing is I take, and I got it from Barbara O'Neill on one of her videos, I take a little bit of pink Himalayan salt or Celtic salt, not the ionized, okay? Not the ionized. It's too chemically induced, but the pink Himalayan, you put a little bit on your finger, on tip of your tongue, and then you drink your water. And that the salt will encourage your cells to open up so that the water gets across that barrier, right? So, and gets absorbed into your body readily. So that's what I've been doing. I've been finding that it's working. It's working a lot. And I also noticed that the dark circles under my eyes that I've had for like my lifetime have gone. They have gone. Yeah. When I'm really tired, like I was from my neighbor's little party session last night, my eyes get a little pink, and you notice they're a little bit pink today, but I've got some saline drops that I will put in, and it gets rid of that. So hopefully, maybe they'll party themselves out, and I'll get some good sleep tonight. But you never know. You never know. The way things are nowadays, you never know. So I'm going to finish my coffee. I have a little bit of cinnamon in it, which is anti-inflammatory, and so that helps with some of the inflammation that I may, accumulate in my body over the night with the tossing and turning from the beats and the music, or the chat sessions that my neighbors are having. So it is very, very important to let your body rest and recuperate. Very important. Never forget that. Never forget that. If someone says, you can do a double shift, or you can wait up for me, or you can stay up and watch this movie, think about yourself. Think about yourself. Think about your body. Think about your health. Your body needs that sleep to heal itself. You need it. Mm-hmm. So I shall see you in the next video. The good Lord be willing. Or the neighbors. You never know. Bye.